Okay, ahead of a big weekend for Cork baseball, I'm delighted to be joined by the co-founder of the Cork Renegades, Mr. Brett Sutherland. Brett, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, very well. Really excited. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And thanks very much indeed for coming on the show with us and talking to us about the Cork Renegades. To be honest, I wasn't aware there was a Cork baseball team until very, very recently. So this is very, very exciting. Can you tell us, I suppose, briefly how the team came into being?
Let me see. My buddy and I, Andres, we got together. There was the semblance of a team the year before last, and that sort of disbanded. The people that played in the team, including myself, had nowhere to. We didn't have an outlet to play. So Andres and I got together with a mutual friend, Tommy, and said, "Why don't we start up our own team?"
Mhm.
I was just about to have a baby, and I said, maybe the timing isn't great, but if I don't do it now, perhaps it will never get done. And a lot of my friends play the sport in the team that I played in. So I said, let me just do it. And in June last year, Andres and I set up the Renegades, the Cork Renegades. And here we are 15 months later. We've won the B2 league. And we are into the B League playoff finals on Saturday.
That success, I suppose, must have been beyond your wildest dreams when you were getting the club together.
Absolutely. Like even when we started, we are like, okay, we've got a few people that want to play. Let's just see how it goes. If we can be competitive, that's great. If not, we've got an outlet for the sport that we love to play. And then the numbers just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. And then before you know it, we've got over 50 people. We're 13-2 in the season. So we've won 13 games, lost two. Our level of baseball has just absolutely skyrocketed because we're so focused on training. Team atmosphere is amazing. Everything that we do is the only way I can describe it is very Cork because it's very together, but with so much positivity, and we have a lot of fun. So yeah, so to get to this point is a dream, but we've got one more win, and then it's just going to be absolute heaven for us.
Is it a mix of, I suppose, Irish people and foreigners who are based in Cork in the team? I suppose, is there people there with, I suppose, baseball experience in their team as well?
100%. So we've got um, Irish people with baseball experience. We've got a lot of South Americans because it's kind of like one of their national sports. So we've got a lot of South Americans, lots of newbies, lots of intermediates like myself, people that come from a huge baseball background, people that haven't picked up a baseball in their life. So it is really just this big melting pot of people that have just come to learn to play the sport and to get better.
And as you say, it's obviously captured the imagination of the people in Cork as well. So there was obviously quite a dormant, I suppose, baseball scene in Cork that was just waiting to be ignited.
Absolutely, and I think with baseball, it's kind of like it's almost like an alternative sport to people that themselves might be a little bit just kind of left of the middle or right of the middle. Um, so you will have your traditional, your soccer, your rugby, and your Gaelic sports like hurling and
Mm.
football. Those might not appeal to people, even though they're athletic and they want to play a sport, but they're like, maybe that's not the sport for me, or they just haven't gelled with it. People can come to training. The first training session is free. They'll see that we've got all ages, all genders, um, and all levels of ability. And they go, actually, do you know what? I like it. I feel good here. I feel at home here, and this is the sport for me. And I might pursue it and I might develop it. So
Mm.
that's kind of where we're at, and that's why we've got so many people on our roster because it's just so open, and it's such an amazing sport because so you know yourself as a baseball fan that so many different things can happen with just one hit or one throw of
Mm.
a ball that it's I don't know, it's just beyond exciting every time we play a game or even when you watch it. You're like, so many different things can happen here that also I think that also keeps people very interested in playing the sport as well.
How did you guys settle on the name Renegades?
What's that poll?
Is that it? I love
Yeah.
it.
No, sort of when I conceived the idea of perhaps starting up a new team, I wanted something that represented Cork. I thought Rebels was probably a bit too cliche. It might be a
Uh-huh.
little bit overdone. And what we were doing, or what I wanted from the team, was to incorporate that Cork element, that Cork rebel element. But I wanted to just sort of just touch on it a little bit more, if you know what I mean. So we had loads of different names, and then we put it all to a group WhatsApp vote, and thankfully for me, Renegades came out. But I think it's got a really nice ring to it.
It does. It certainly does indeed. All right, you guys are playing the Belfast Northstars this weekend in the B League playoffs. Have you guys played them before?
Oh, I think we did, and I think they took the first victory. I think I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back and check. So don't quote me on that.
And heading up to Ashburn as well for the finals weekend, the home of Irish baseball as well. Must be massively exciting.
Do you know what? It's again to go to the home of Irish baseball, the International Baseball Centre. They hosted some European championships this year, like they always do. It's an amazing. It will be an amazing experience for us. We've got a big coach going up with all the boys and girls in it. We'll have some banners going on, and hopefully we'll come back with that victory. So yeah. So.
You guys play 2 games this weekend, and if it's high, it's back for a third game the following weekend, is it?
Yeah, so weather permitting, what we want to do is just we're very, very focused on the match. We just want to go up, we want to get business done, and we want to come back with those 2 wins, the 2 out of the 3, and just let that be that. But hey, listen, if it goes to 1-1 and we have to come back next weekend, so be it. But we're very focused, and we're very, very. Yeah, I'm not going to tempt fate, but I'm just going to say, look, we're going to come back Saturday on that coach very, very happy.
And as you say, fingers crossed, you guys will get the weather. But do you guys play through the rain, even if it's heavy, or how does it work?
Not if it's too heavy, because it's difficult. I mean, a pitcher can't control the ball when he's throwing at between, I don't know, let's say 60 to 80 miles an hour. To have a wet ball, and the ball's made of leather, so it gets really heavy. So it's very difficult, for the pitcher to control the ball, and it's also just probably a little bit sketchy for the fielders and the batsmen, because there's lots of sliding, and it can be quite sort of like a contact heavy sport, when you've got people that are running 90 feet, excuse me, and they're at 100% running, and then they've got to slide. You've got a fielder that probably isn't quite aware of what's happening. So generally, I think when the rain gets too heavy, the umpires will just call a stop to it, and we either wait for it to pass, or it just gets rescheduled. But we also have like we played one game. Oh, I can't remember who it was against. There's been so many, but we played one game this season at home in the field that we rent from Brian Dillon's GAA in Montenotte, Mayfair, and it got rained off. But they have this stipulation that whoever is winning by X amount of runs at however many innings, and the game gets cancelled, they win. So with that, we were X amount of runs ahead at this point in the game when you look back on it, and because of that, we won the match. So, but hopefully, fingers crossed, like, we love playing baseball, so we're just like praying for rain, or not, excuse me, praying for no rain. We'll be doing like sending little WhatsApp emojis of like no rain emojis. We'll be doing little incantations just to stop the rain, just so we can go and play baseball and bring that championship trophy to Cork. And it will be the first time it's ever been in Cork. So we're excited to be on the cusp of making history, that's for sure.
I love it, dude. Absolutely love it. I wish you the very, very best luck for the playoffs on Saturday against Belfast Northstars, and look forward to having you guys in the studio as well very, very soon indeed. But for now, Brett Sutherland, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much. Nice to chat to you.